Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, and today is such a special day because today two things are going on that are just great and I love. First of all, we're actually going to get to play multiplayer today, so I get to show that off on a video. And boy howdy, when I play this game early in the morning Central Time, there are not a lot of lobbies. So it's a rare opportunity. But more importantly, I have a special guest today. Dear guest, who are you, and how much do you love Stompy Robots?
You will be crushed under the heel of the Draconis Combine. And this is DaMoonRulz. How you doing?
I'm doing good. My friend and buddy from the Oosik Irregulars, DaMoonRulz, poet laureate, the man who writes words, and they sound pretty. As a member of our larger team. How you doing today?
Oh, pretty good.
All right.
Getting up early, ready to blow some people up.
Awesome. I think every day should start with some autocannon fire and some big stompy mechs punching each other in the face. So let's get this going.
I love the smell of AC-20s in the morning.
As do I. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start hosting a game. I'm going to show off just a little bit of how this works. I'm going to make this a private lobby, and everybody that's watching the video, you can see on the screen, here's the game setup. You can set a password, which we have previously agreed on. If you want to make your game public, you could just leave that blank, and then anybody can jump into your lobby, which is, generally speaking, probably how you want to roll in the multiplayer right now. But since DaMoon and I have something special cooked up, we're just going to keep that private. Today we're going to budget at a value of 20 million C-bills with a phase timer that you can select between 1 to 5 minutes or unlimited. We're going to set it to 2. You have an option to set full lance teams, which we will be using, and stock mechs, which right now probably isn't much of an option since we don't really have a mech lab, but in the future that will become important. I'm just going to leave it checked for now. Last thing you do when you're setting up a game, you need to pick a map. And today, for very special reasons, we're going to go to Death Valley. I think we'll leave it at Windy Day. And once you've got all that set up, you can fire up the game. So, normally when you play multiplayer online, BattleTech in the beta here, you have your two teams, 1v1 commanders, you set up your lances, you throw them at each other, the robots crash into each other, and bam, fireworks happen. But DaMoon and I, we like to spice up our lives just a little bit. And so what we're going to do is a little bit of something kind of like a scenario play. And we've picked Death Valley very specifically because we're going to do a scenario called Simultaneous Take and Hold. In Simultaneous Take and Hold, two attacking forces are attempting to take control of an undefended base in Death Valley. Those of you remember from my previous videos, there is a suspicious city up on a plateau off to the west of where the single player starting point is. That's going to be our base that we're going to take. This base is purported to hide a stash of Star League era equipment. Scenario victory goes to the force that has the greater number of functional units in the base at the end of round 18, or that destroys the opposing force. In the base is defined as the ground space denoted by the concrete slab of the base. In the event of a tie at the end of round 18, which is a long game, so it may not get to round 18, the scenario will proceed round by round until one of the two victory conditions are met. Either one force is destroyed or someone has more units in the base than the other. Also, and this last bit's the most fun for me, force composition should be factionalized per the Oosik scenario play rules. Now, no one but me and DaMoon know what that is, so I'm going to show it off. If I can push buttons. There we go. So, if you're a lore nerd like DaMoon and I are, you look at mechs, and mechs are great. Mechs are wonderful, but there's a lot of them. And sometimes it helps if you kind of just figure out, well, which factions in the inner sphere actually would use some of these mechs. There is a wonderful tool called the Master Unit List that is put out by Catalyst Game Labs that allows you to look at every single mech variant in the BattleTech game and which factions it's associated with over the entire timeline of the canon. So what I've done is I've taken the entire list of BattleTech PC game mechs that are available to us in the beta, and I've listed them out using the master unit list, and I've plotted here, as you can see on the screen, which factions actually use or have availability to certain mechs, and which of those factions also then favor them. So many of the mechs in the list, you will notice, fall under the Inner Sphere General list. Atlas, Awesome, Battlemaster, Firestarter, one of the Griffins, Hunchbacks. Most of the mechs in the game are considered general use. All the factions in the Inner Sphere have availability of them. They use them. They're part of their what are called their TOE, Table of Equipment. There are some cases for the mechs that we have available right now that are very faction specific. For instance, commandos are only fielded by the Lyran Commonwealth. There's a specific variant of the Griffin that's only fielded by the Lyran Commonwealth. And you can go down this list and you can see where places where if it's not an Inner Sphere General mech, someone has it in their TOE. Now on top of that, mechs that are widely used aren't necessarily used in great quantity by every faction. Some are favored. So for instance, in my other notes column here, the Awesome is used by everyone, all the factions in the Inner Sphere. It's pretty widely available. But the Free Worlds League specifically favors Awesomes in their TOE. They tend to have more of them than some of the other factions. If you go down the list, you'll see other things like the Jenner. The Jenner is also widely used. It's a great scout mech. But the Draconis Combine tends to favor Jenners as well, so you may see more Jenners on the battlefield if you're facing the Combine. Now, in terms of our multiplayer game today, what Damoon and I have decided, gentleman's agreement-wise, is that we would each pick a faction, and then we would try and keep our lance composition according to the scenario play rules here and the way that the factions would use their mechs. So, as you heard earlier, Damoon has chosen to play the Draconis Combine. And on my side, I'm going to go with the perennial good guys, the Federated Sons. So, I've already set up my lance, which I will not say out loud because I don't want to give it away to Damoon. But you can see here, I've got a reasonable mix of mechs. I've got some capabilities, and I've used up my entire budget. I need to actually take a quick check of my pilots because I need pilots that don't suck. I'm assuming, Damoon, that you're cruising along.
It actually managed to save the lance I set up in single player.
Wow, really? That's
so
actually...
it was ready as soon as I joined the lobby.
That's... I'm honestly a little surprised that worked. And hey, that's cool. Let's see. Yep, that seems fine. And then my last one, my last pilot. Oh boy, the pilots get rough. Let's go with this. All right. So now that I've got my lance set up, I've got my pilots. Damoon will ready up, which it should show somewhere over here. There we go. The opponent is ready. And then all I have to do is click ready. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're setting up a casual game with a friend like we are right now, make sure that you are actually ready before you click this button, because as soon as both your opponent and you are ready, it's going to give you like a 4-second countdown. And that 4-second countdown is done in 2 seconds. So just click, 3, 2, and you're off to the races. And here we go. Good luck, Damoon.
And you as well, sir.
So before we drop in, do you have any thoughts on the setup that we've created for ourselves, or the way that the factionalized lists kind of fall out in terms of what is available to us in this game?
Well, I wish there were more dragons available.
For those of you that don't know, Damoon is a rabid dragon fan, so I understand. I miss the fact that there's not a dragon in. It's supposed to be there in the final game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've been trying
And
oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at Gen Con, they had said they probably were not going to add any more mechs into the beta before release. So it'll be there. It just won't be in the beta.
Well, all good things have to wait, I suppose. I'm a little surprised that they didn't, with beta phase 2, bring in the Blackjack and the Enforcer, since those are kind of mostly done in the game files, and they feel like they were close enough that they probably could have tweaked them in, but I suppose. All right, we're on the battlefield, and as described earlier, you can see off in the distance on my screen, there's our objective off in the hills. Also, by the way, we're on a shot clock, so we need to get hustling.
How might I help?
Let's start with this guy. Can't really... Ugh.
Of course.
So we picked... Damoon and I picked this map because it has that city on the hill, which, upon some scouting, is relatively midline between his spawn and mine. I think he might have a slight advantage in that the ramp up to the city opens up more on his side than mine, but I might be able to cut some terrain corners to get there slightly faster. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. But this is our objective. The city with no name and the buildings that are possibly suspiciously not completely coded in. So the important thing to know in multiplayer is that if you set up a lobby that uses a shot clock, and I'm going to keep calling it a shot clock because I don't have a better name for it, you best get your moves done before your shot clock runs out, because if this timer runs out and you have not completed all of your necessary moves, the game will simply end your turn. And you are just out of that turn. You get no moves, no actions, nothing. When I played at Gen Con against my friend, not Damoon, another friend, I got interrupted in the middle of thinking through a turn, and suddenly my shot clock was at 20 seconds, and I tried to scramble to make a good move, and I couldn't come up with something, and then the clock ran out, and no move for you. It's less of a concern, I think, in this part of the game, since we're still kind of setting up. We're not on initiative yet, but definitely in the heat of battle, you don't want to miss a turn. 2 minutes is pretty liberal. I would like to play some games with the 1 minute shot clock just because that feels like speed BattleTech. I hear some crashing around in the distance. I'm surprised we haven't hit sensor contact quite yet, although it is only round 3. Starter round.
There must be some seismic activity.
This windstorm is a hell of a thing. Alright, so which way do I have to go to make the shortest distance? I think I need to go this way.
Would you call it a sandstorm?
Yes, I would. Yes,
You
I
can't
would.
see me, but I suddenly grabbed a couple of glow sticks and started going ham.
Oh boy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's so much more fun to play with friends with a voice channel, because shenanigans are the best. Shenanigans are
I've
the
decided
best.
to leave my heaviest mech at the very back of the map until the end of the game.
Please don't make mistakes like the AI would. I really... Oh, everyone that watched yesterday's video, man, the AI sometimes... Oof. Just oof. Also, I feel like I may have made a slight strategic error in the setup of my lance. My lance is losing cohesion with every passing turn here. Oh well. interesting that they call this setting for this map Windy Day, and outside of my direct line of sight, everything is dark like it's dusk or something. I guess it's a...
It's because it's a sandstorm.
Yeah, yeah. Environmental hazards. They are real,
What's the plan?
and they are glorious. Actually, that's one of the things that I wish, and I hope for when the game comes out, that we do get a very wide spread of environmental factors to have to play in, because one of my favorite things playing tabletop is all the weird rules about, oh, like sinkholes and quicksand and jungles, and it's hot or it's cold or it's windy or it's this or it's that. Like I like having to think around some of those constraints in the middle of a fight. All right. Boy, howdy. Is it weird that I'm more nervous playing against a real human that I actually know than against an AI that is completely bonkers? Uh-oh. Speaking of completely bonkers.
An urban mech, eh?
Yeah, a locust, eh? Don't like what I'm seeing here. So DaMoon makes first contact, which means as soon as he's done finishing his team's moves, we're going to go into initiative. And I'm guessing he's going to get the first move on me.
So another thing to keep in mind with the shot clock timer is once you make contact, you might still be in control, so don't just sit there.
Yeah, yes, that's a very good point. All right. Oh, good. I do have
How might I help?
first go here. Oh man, this is rough. DaMoon, what are you doing to me?
Going skyward.
You're catching me out here. Oh, I suppose I actually have to finish that move before anything can happen. Oh, yep. Thought I was going to feel that coming, so... Your locust is a spotter. Filthy, filthy spotter. Oh, wow! And DaMoon taking control of the plateau. I really did not expect you to have a mech up there already. I'm actually super curious what the terrain looks like from your spawn to that location, because I've literally never seen that half of the map.
Yeah, it's also there is a
Ready for orders.
ramp on the other side that also leads down,
Oh yeah.
but it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that is less helpful. Oh boy. All right. Well, we're in it. So nothing to do but keep hustling.
On it.
I got a bad feeling about this. Oh, hello. Hello, my darlings. Off in the distance. At least I got some big honking rocks between
Standing by.
you and me. Let's see. We're going to go to here.
On the move.
Oh my god. I really don't like what I'm seeing on your side. Oh, crap. I have to make a choice. I have to make a real Oh, okay. Maybe not as much of a choice as I thought, but here comes the pain. DaMoon's force leveraging the jump jets on the catapult, getting them both up onto the plateau, and raining an combined LRM
I'm under heavy fire.
120? No, that's not right. It's an LRM 30 and an LRM 30.
60.
60. Yeah, 60 missiles. That's a lot of missiles.
I'm receiving.
All right. Can you... Oh, fantastic. Oh, and I think you are right, DaMoon. So DaMoon pointed out to me before we started that we think the game might not calculate height as part of jump requirements, because I'm looking at a jump here, and I'm pretty sure this ballistic arc that my Victor is going to take would put it into low orbit otherwise. So we will...
Welcome to Kerbal Mech Program.
Yeah, no kidding. So we're going to get him up there, and it seems like a good time to throw some entrenchment on there. So one thing I am a little concerned about in the taking of this base is that these buildings, being what they are, i.e. mostly incomplete, also they have full stability damage, because that's fun, is that they might actually not provide any cover, which is going to turn into a real bad time for my Lance with your catapults raining missiles indiscriminately on me. Yeah.
Reporting.
Oh, buddy. Buddy. Paradise, I need you to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Firing.
Okay, so you know how sometimes they would let you... Well, no, I might still be able to do it. Okay. I was thinking they had instituted it where you either had to reserve all or none. But I can still reserve.
Yep. Yeah.
Ready for
I would not have expected that to change for multiplayer.
Got it.
Given that it's kind of one of the basic tenets of what their combat system is.
Aye, aye.
Oh, this is great. So this is kind of a weird move for me, but I feel like I know what's coming, and I want to try and mitigate the damage here. Oh, you sneaky git. 2 spotters, eh? I suppose.
Indeed.
I suppose. Actually, that's a really smart move on your part, having a second spotter that you have reserved down past the movement of my mechs so that you can take what is arguably a better shot. Oof, right into the right arm of that Centurion. That's gonna be hard to counter from where I'm standing at the moment. Oh, my Poor Centurion's going to lose its arm before it even gets a chance to fire the autocannon.
Here's hoping.
My armor is getting ripped off.
That is rough.
Yes,
All right.
Commander.
But how? I hate that. All right. What if we do this?
So, what are your thoughts on the new map that debuted?
I am digging it. I like the aesthetic. I like the look. I'm a little concerned that it is one-dimensional is not exactly the right term for it. It felt a little flat to me, which seems like an odd thing to say, but at least it seemed to have a lot of cover. Most of the match that I didn't watch the whole hour-long video, but it definitely seemed to have a good number of nooks and crannies, and I think with the city bits of it actually functioning in the game, with the buildings working correctly and all that, like, it shows some promise. I like it a lot, and I think that I have yet to see something come out of Harebrained that doesn't look good, and that for me that's a lot of the part of this game, is how good does it look, and so far it looks amazing. So as long as they are able to keep that up and give us a wide variety of maps to play with, biomes and whatnot,
You have orders?
I think they're doing a real good job, and I am super looking forward to seeing what they've got, coming next.
I just want to see if they do like MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries and put their building into a map.
Yeah, that would be cool. Did they do something like that for Shadowrun? I feel like they stuck a nod somewhere in one of the Shadowrun games.
Possibly. I didn't play it deep enough to get to that level, though.
Yeah, same here. Which I personally count as a failing on my part, because those games are really, really good. Oh, hey. Gotta finish my turn. The Shadowrun games by Harebrained are really good for anyone watching this. If you like role-playing, if you like cyberpunk, if you like XCOM-like combat, XCOM light combat. It's not exactly XCOM-y, modern XCOM, but it's close enough. It has that kind of feel. Go pick it up. And it's now, those games are now regularly on deep, deep discount sales almost all the time in one form or another. So it is absolutely worth a couple of bucks to go pick that up and try it out. Hey look, I can play with missiles too.
Confirmed.
No.
It's not nearly as good. Ooh, catch a bit of that arm though. Alright,
Standing by.
Apex, sweetie, I need you to just hustle, please. Please, oh please, just cut the corner. Having to walk up this ramp is a real pain in the butt. Jump jets are absolutely the way to go here, I think. Oh, look at that stack of your team. This is going to be so bad. This is going to be so, so bad. I feel like my Victor's about to catch 2 sensor locks and then all the missiles from everywhere. The lonely little locust. Whoa, hello. Dolphin dive right off the plateau. Yep. And sure enough, 2 sensor locks means 2 different sets of pips come off my evading Victor. Let's see what we got going on here. Torso armor is a bit dinged up in places. Damage has been pretty well spread so far, so let's see what happens here. Taking a lot to center a mass there.
They're banging through my armor.
Yeah, armor's still intact for certain definitions of intact. But there's another set of bees coming. Oh, and the lasers. DaMoon with the salty alpha. Both the arms open up.
Damage.
Taking some stability.
Standing by.
Alright. 2 can play at this game. At least one can hope. Alright, let's do this. To there.
Acknowledged.
Trouncing our way through the buildings.
It's turned into a game of Rampage.
Yeah. Let's see. These 2-hit numbers are garbage. Come on, get one. Shoot.
They don't need to be good, they just need to be good enough.
Yeah, that was not good enough.
Reporting.
Alright, come on, buddy. I need you to get into this fight, man. I need you to get into this fight.
Here we go.
My poor Urban Mech has spent the last 8 rounds trouncing and jumping his way just to get to the plateau. He's finally at the top of the ramp. Ooh, gonna catch the arm. No. Managed to somehow survive with the arm intact after that, although there's 2 catapults between me and shooting that autocannon again. Let's see. What can we get here? Can do that, or... No, 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 no! Oh, I just misclicked. I just misclicked. Crap. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Sprint?
No, I was looking at a melee move and I thought I backed out of the movement selection, and instead I clicked on the map and my Centurion moved up behind your Jenner, which isn't entirely what I... Like, it's not the worst move, but it's also not exactly what I wanted. Because I really wanted to take a look at the 2-hit numbers on the guns before I decided between melee and guns. And that did not work out because I misclicked. I think that makes a misclick every day this week so far playing matches. Sigh. Alright, so I'm going to split my fire. I'm going to fire those LRMs at that catapult because I feel like tit for tat is a wonderful thing. And I'm going to be putting... So something I like to do is before I make a move, which is where misclicks kill me, I like to try and do the expected value math on my attack. So my melee is worth 70 and it was at about like 75-80% to hit. So it's like a 50 damage attack expected value. Lasers in the autocannon 10 is 110 at 50% across the board. So that's like a 55% EV. or 55 damage EV attack. I really think I would have preferred the freaking melee attack, but at least now.
Well, and having all the damage in one location is a big difference too.
Yeah. At least I get to spray the missiles at your catapult. That actually brings the EV calculation up a little bit, but that missile attack is so... It's like, whatever. Okay, I get some chip damage in on your catapult, which is fine, but... Versus literally taking maybe a leg or a side torso or even the center out of the Jenner. Like... Yeah, that... I don't like that. Oh well. And what does the little locust do now? Who caught the sensor lock there? Oh, it was my hunchback.
The hunchback.
Yes,
Okay.
Commander.
Couldn't tell. Oh, cool. All right. I was a little worried. So here's the thing. The buildings on this little city bit, they absolutely block line of sight because I'm having problems getting line of sight on your Jenner because it's now crowded in there. But
Move order confirmed.
I can move to here and I can just catch this alleyway between the two buildings. These numbers suck, but...
I was hoping the sensor lock would help make those numbers suck.
Giving him everything I've got.
These Federati with their autocannons can't seem to hit the broadside of a barn today. So now that everything's basically out in the open, yes, clearly I went with the Federated Sun's typical force of bring all the autocannons, hooray! It's fine when they hit. Oh, my Victor's totally gonna fall over this turn.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Then again, maybe not. Depends on what your second catapult does, and what it manages to land. Also, I smell the heat coming off of your catapults. Come on, take it on the left. Take it on the left. Take it on the left. Shit! Oh no! Oh no! Wow! Ooh!
Oh,
Oh, and
I'm wounded.
you kick Wildfire in the teeth on the knockdown. Uncouth, sir, uncouth.
Waiting for orders.
Well, at least you got to shoot the gun twice. Oh, my Victor is so messed up.
All right. Back in action.
Oh, good. The game is being weird again about movement locations with the melee move. Alright. Fine. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Order acknowledged.
75 to hit. Oh, that's not good.
Failed to connect.
That is probably going to be the end of my Victor. Oh, you dirty snake.
You have orders?
All right. Our friend and yours, Paradise, finally gets his ass up onto the plateau. And there's no fight to be had in the city. Dear little locust, what are you doing? Look at that! He might actually join the fight. Oh, but he's gonna hug that hill for all his life, isn't he? Yup.
Ready for orders.
Alright. That's not great. I don't like that much. Double don't like that. Yeah. Oh, baby, are those numbers good. Wow. Okay. Found the sweet spot. Right to the nose. That is a good start on that catapult.
Awaiting orders.
What do we get here? Some tasty sauce. I think we're gonna have to take it. Stupid refire penalty. Yup, stupid refire penalty.
Copy that.
Oh man, almost took that arm off. Alright, come on, Apex. Roll the shoulders, baby.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Hey, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, DFA? DFA. Catching the right arm.
I'm taking internal damage.
Oh, and catches a knockdown as well. That's not good.
Commander, I'm hit.
Good jump there.
I'm here. Acknowledged.
Two can play that game, however.
Ow.
Shredding the left side of your catapult. Good on you, Wildfire. Gotta use the whole buffalo here. Trying to take out the hunch of my... Oh no! Oh no!
My left torso done blowed up.
Yeah. Spontaneously, one would say.
What's the plan?
Okay, so... Ooh. Paradise finally, suddenly has options. What do we got here? Ooh, baby. Hmm. My little Irby. What does my little Irby need to do? Alright. My little Irby needs to do the smart thing, not the flashy thing. Like, don't get cocky, don't get flashy. Let's... Okay. I was aiming for the center, caught the left instead. Not exactly what I wanted, but alright.
What's the flank?
I'm surprised you're able to get a line of sight from there.
Yeah, me too. It was obstructed, though.
Alright.
Commander.
Who am I? Where am I? What is going on here? Oh, it's my Centurion. I think I need to go here. I think I need to go here. And I think I need to go here. Oh, there goes the hunch.
Aye, aye.
Okay. Yep, don't see any reason not to do this.
Moving out. Attempting physical attack.
With some insult laser. Alright, what's your catapult got to do? Everybody's looking a bit beat up here.
Oh, misclick.
Oh no! No, no, no! Oh, that's...
I blame UI to save my face.
Oh no, the poor Irby. He's like, I didn't ask for this.
I'm under heavy fire. Waiting for
You hate it when you think you're gonna rotate and then you start walking.
Yeah. More than a few times. 195 or... Holy crud. I can make a punch for 100 damage at 95% chance to hit, or I can make a death from above at the same chance to hit for twice that amount of damage. Probably also going to fall over in the process. But you know what?
Go for it.
I have no limit to
Probably
the,
break your
also,
own leg and
yeah,
kill the neck.
she's toast. Like I am so. This is a trade. This is absolutely a trade. There was nothing left of my Victor as she landed on your catapult. I was basically throwing scrap at your catapult to hope to kill it. As we have 2 rounds hence past the halfway point of the scenario. There are smoking hulks everywhere. Mostly just that one spot, though.
Yes,
Oh,
Commander.
and it's my turn. Oh, that's right. Startup is just, that's all you do, is you start up. That's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
I understand.
Alright, now look. Paradise, I know you're not the best shot in the world. Hell, you're not even the best shot in this team. But it would really be grand. It would really be special if you landed this attack. You know what? Does 60 damage. You've got more than that health left in the CT. So, no, I'm not going to risk it.
Firing.
Straight to the noggin. Straight to the nose. That's how we like to see it. The Locust coming in from the rear, catching up to the team, pushing the advantage. Yep, that's the smart move. Fire on the wound of the mech. Although,
Took a hard hit there.
my pilot just said, took a hard hit there. Literally only just got sprayed with machine guns.
Orders.
I'm kind of unimpressed.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, what do we got over here? I can... Wait. Whoa. Back up. Back the hell up.
Standing by.
Yeah,
Yes,
alright.
Commander.
I get both
Ready
these
for
moves.
order.
So, I can fire with reasonably good accuracy, and you are real damaged. Or I can do that. Heat's not an issue. Let's see. Can I move and spin this around? I want to try and position in a
On
way
my way.
that puts the shield arm between me and your catapult. And then I am going to... Let's see, this is coming from your right side. If I hit the leg, you've got 8 and you've got 31 structure between the torsos. Unless this shot hits majority leg, I think you're dead. Oh, autocannon to the leg. Oh, never mind. I'll just overwhelming damage and blow straight through the what's left. That works too, I guess.
Still had a head and a leg. I could fight.
All right. Apex. Now would be a beautiful, beautiful time for you to just kind of go all one punch man on this Locust.
Moving to position.
This is actually not a great chance to hit. 60 and 45. And still, snuck one in there. And here comes the rain. The party laser goes firing off into the sky.
Commander. Position confirmed. Locked on. We're on. Yes, Commander. Move order confirmed. See how you like this? Awaiting orders.
Aha, now you have to choose which defenseless target to hit.
Certainly.
Okay, well, I guess that's an easy choice. Whatever.
Best I can figure, if I take away your eyes, you're going to have to move to me because neener, I'm going to go hide now.
I mean, I still gotta start up, so...
Oh, did you shut down from that attack? I didn't notice.
Yeah, I alpha.
That's funny. I didn't notice. I just saw your catapult obliterate my hunchback and then moved on.
Power-up detected.
Yeah, detect this.
Yes, Commander.
There.
Going skyward. Looks like we have guests.
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget I have to do something after a move like that. Guess I'll just brace. Oh.
Orders.
Still my turn. Haha. Funny that. Funny how that works.
A copy. Got a center trace.
What's he gonna do, friends? What's he gonna do? Gotta make moves because we're running out of turns. Turn 15 left in the scenario. 3 rounds to go.
Reporting. I believe I'll rest my mech. I'm here. Awaiting orders.
Huh, so this is interesting. I jumped my urban mech to this location, and he apparently cannot make a ground move out of that location.
Sounds like an urban mech.
Somehow managed to get himself stuck.
Firing jump jets. Haha! You people don't know who you're dealing with. Unloading a full salvo. Orders. Confirmed. Target's taken a critical hit.
Ooh, snuck an ammo destruction in there. Does that leave him with any missiles? I'm guessing it does.
Which is weird because wasn't letting me fire missiles anyways.
I guess when?
Last round.
Oh, probably because you didn't have line of sight and you didn't have any spotters.
No, it was doing the X though with red over it. Normally, like it's destroyed or out of ammo.
Oh. Oh, that's weird. Did I land a crit on it? No, I didn't land a crit on it. I don't know. I can't tell from my readout. Oh boy. Oh boy, coming in with the DFA. Oh, stripping the right side of my mech. Not good.
Damn it. Oh, I'm wounded.
The catapult doing
Reporting.
some damage, doing some work.
Moving out. Target acquired. Locked in.
Hmm. Well, alright, that's cool. Make up with... It's like, hey, hit the arm with the autocannon. That's not great. Well, laser, I guess, will finish the job. As your catapult gets a free swing on my Centurion. Oh, he goes for the double stomp. Oh no! Oh noes!
Mission successful.
Oh, come on. I figured that one leg was healthy enough.
goes for the seppuku DFA, but doesn't actually kill the Centurion. The Combine comes up just a little short. I was actually worried about you just face stomping that Centurion and then having to have an Irby versus damaged catapult fight. Ooh, boy.
I will commemorate this battle with a haiku. To Oosik's battle, to reclaim forgotten tech, no price is too high.
Boy, did we pay a price. There is no... the repairs here... Like, alright, my Victor is basically scrap. I'm going to pull a couple of lasers and an SRM out of it and then throw the rest away. This Hunchback is in a bad way. The Centurion, though functional, also is going to need some weeks of repair. The only thing on my side that comes out relatively clean is my freaking Urban Mech, because it's probably just too slow to the engagement and it wasn't on the front for most of the fight. Meanwhile, I'm not getting much out of you either. Like, your Locust is scrap, your Jenner is scrap, your Catapult has a missile launcher and a laser there I guess I could strip out. The other Catapult is kind of in the same way. Woo! Knockdown and drag out, I think is what you call that.
In retrospect, I wish I hadn't skimmed that 400,000 Seabills off the top.
What do you think you would have changed if you had the option?
I don't know. I've just been trying to get better with 2 catapults. One of the biggest problems I had was there was a round where I just fired the missiles without moving instead of going into cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you had some pretty good shots on the catapult. And also figuring out when terrain is too steep and when it isn't.
Right, exactly. I felt pretty good. I don't know. I felt like I got beat up really bad, but my positioning was mostly okay. So I think this is pretty indicative of what to expect of multiplayer. Is I don't unless you just get face rolled, which I'm not seeing how that happens. You end up with games like this where it's just slobber knocker down to the last bits of mech left on each side. So, any final thoughts, DaMoon, on where we're at?
I'm looking forward to seeing how things go in the new map, especially with the way the buildings were causing line of sight issues and positioning issues in this one.
Yep, agreed. And on my side, I think I'm excited to play more multiplayer. I love I love that we got the single player. Like, in a different world, HBS could just as easily have launched this as a multiplayer only beta, and it would have been great and would have been fine. I love the fact that we got a long chunk of time with the single player, and now we're getting the multiplayer, and we still have the single player, which very clearly shows the difference between an AI and a human player, because I've played a match like this against the AI, and the AI basically didn't know what to do with that part of the terrain on that map. Like, it didn't know how to, it didn't know how to jump up, and it wasn't sure what to do. I think your moves were actually pretty solid. Like, you got onto the plateau, you were just beyond my sight lines. You were able to leverage some indirect and direct attacks with your spotters. So I look forward
And then
to
I
more.
made my own complement of questionable decisions.
Well, we're all only human, so
That's true. To misclick is human.
exactly. So I think that'll be all for this special episode of BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips and DaMoonRulz. DaMoon, where can we find you out in the world?
Well, I have a podcast on the Audio Entropy Network inside the Master's Studio. It is a behind-the-screens look into the art of GMing, and I want to say episode 6, maybe, is with our very own Cap and Nips.
Yay.
It's a good one.
Yes, I'm a nerd. I play D&D. I play role-playing games. In addition to BattleTech.
Yes, I'm a nerd. So once you're done finishing this video of BattleTech,
yes. So that is good. That is great. I wholly recommend everyone, if you're interested in DMing, dungeon mastering, game mastering, role-playing games, go listen to DaMoon's podcast. It is great and wonderful, and I wholly and heartily endorse it. But beyond that, that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the Morning. We are humbly your mech commanders today, Captain Nips and DaMoonRulz. And from Captain Nips, I would like to say, I hope all of you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will see all of you in the next video.